Well, my name is Donnie Wise, and I'd like to introduce you to Keynote. This particular lesson and this particular class will touch Keynote as a presentation software for Apple products. Before we begin, I'd like to ask that you just sit back and relax and watch this beginning presentation of Keynote. I'm not expecting you to learn too much, but I just want to, for example, give you an overview picture of how Keynote works. So pretend for a moment that we're boarding a plane and we're flying over the Grand Canyon in Arizona, United States. The goal is not to try and understand the depth of the canyon or how much water is at the bottom of the canyon or how long it runs. It's just to look out the window and get a breath of fresh air and awe and wonder at the entire scenery. In the same way, sit back and relax, and I want to give you a tour, a flyby of Keynote. So Keynote is here. Basically, you're looking at my iPad, and the Keynote icon is basically a blue icon. So if I go ahead and click on this, it basically brings up a particular page that allows for you to create your new presentation. Again, don't try and remember all this. I'm just going to create a simple presentation. I can click on the plus right here. And let's choose one of these presentation templates. I like this motorcycle template. I'll click on that. And then at this point, I can go ahead and add a few slides. There's a little plus here, and so I'll just go ahead and click that 2 times. And it gives me an option of what to bring up. Well, all of these slides have different formatting. For the second slide, I want the full picture of the motorcycle, so I'll just go ahead and click on the motorcycle here. And I'll click plus again here at the bottom. I'll add another slide. And I just want the last slide to be informational, so I'll go ahead and click here. And now I have my 3 slides. I can go ahead and go up to the top one, and let's just say I want to title the slide Welcome to Keynote. So I'll double tap here and I'll just say Welcome to Keynote. And there we have it. So at this point in time, I've given a little introduction phrase to my presentation. Then if I go ahead and click on the second slide, I can go ahead and say, I'll double tap, Keynote is excellent for pictures and presenting ideas. When I'm done with that, I go ahead and go on to the third slide. I'll click on this third slide here, and I'm just going to say the end. So what I've done is I've just created an entire presentation for you. Okay, it's very simple, but look at all the features it has. It has a title slide. It has a picture. I like that red motorcycle. And then it has an ending slide. If I want to go ahead and play it in presentation mode, I go ahead and click this arrow right here. And then what I can do is, let me go back out of presentation mode. Let me go to the first slide. I'm clicking at the first slide up here. I'll click presentation mode again. And it starts from the very beginning. So I can say, hello, my audience. Welcome to Keynote. And everyone can see in a very simple format on my iPad the very first slide. Then what I can do is I can swipe my finger on it to the right and it goes to the next, or you can swipe it to the left. Actually, let me try that. If I swipe to the right, it actually goes back. If I swipe to the left, it goes to the next one. So basically, swiping this way takes you to the next slide. And that's basically it. I can then go ahead and come out of presentation mode, and I can go ahead and click on this little button right here, go back to my iPad home page, and at any point in time when I want to go back to the presentation I just created, I click on Keynote, and usually it pops up with the last presentation you were working on. And if you didn't want to work on this presentation, but you wanted to work on a new presentation, you can go ahead and click on Presentations. And it takes you back to where you were, and it saves your presentation as one of the presentations you can click on. So that's basically it that I want to show you at the very beginning. That's our Grand Canyon tour. And so what I'd like to do is continue by just talking to you about the goal of this particular course. Now, as you know, this is a 1 salary point or a 1 university credit course. And the purpose of this course is to help you learn how to use Keynote in the classroom and help you teach your students how to use Keynote themselves. Everything that you see in this course works on a Mac, an iPad, and an iPhone. And so I also want to help you produce your students as the next generation of thinkers with the help of Keynote. So we at Quickie Tech are not just interested in providing how-to lessons on technology. Our real mission is to raise up our next generation as critical thinkers to solve the global problems that we're facing and will face in the future. Keynote is an outstanding tool that can help foster and unleash the ideas of your students. So the topics that we'll cover in this class is Lesson 1. We'll learn why it is important to be able to present ideas clearly for college and career readiness. 2, we'll learn how to create a basic presentation in Keynote. 3, we'll learn how to create a basic presentation with colors, graphics, and transitions in Keynote. 4, we'll learn how to create advanced presentations with Keynote. 5, we'll learn how to create advanced presentations with Keynote with animations. 6, I'll guide you on how to actually write lesson plans. And 7, we'll talk about project-based learning with Keynote. So I want you to learn some key items at the very beginning on how to give effective presentations. I want you to memorize the key 6 items a presenter should do for a good presentation. And they're really in these 6 blue circles here. Beginning at the 12 o'clock at the top here, that's this right here, find what inspires you. Second, organize a storyline. Third, relate to your audience. 4, grab their attention. 5, evoke a call to action in your presentations. And then 6, of course, ahead of time, practice, practice, practice. Actually, all of the first letters of the words in these blue circles form F-O-R-G-E, and then the last one is ahead. So if you can remember forge ahead, you can remember F is for find, O is for organize, R is for relate, G is for grab their attention, E is for evoke, and then ahead I just wrote out the entire word ahead of time. So try and memorize those points, and when you present Keynote to your class, I would really encourage you, don't put them in front of a computer, iPad, or iPhone at the very beginning. Talk to them about how to present something inspiring. Maybe start with a topic that really interests them, their family. And then that's maybe what inspires them. Then help them organize a storyline. Maybe they can talk about what they did over the summer. Then they can relate to their audience. They can say, you know what? Let's say you're teaching a 7th grade class. I want this to be important to you because I learned during this summer how to bond with my oldest sister. We are now friends. Many of you have sisters in this classroom, and I would like to teach you the secret of how to have a great summertime with your sister. Okay, so that's something that relates to the audience. It wakes the audience up and says, wait, this person has something to say that relates to me. Then grab their attention. Like the motorcycle example that I had, that picture grabs people's attention. It's like, wow, what's he going to say about this? You should have lots of pictures in your presentation. And then evoke a call to action. Make sure you conclude your presentation with something you want your audience to do. For instance, after hearing me, I would like for you to go home and talk to your sister about what she would like to do this next summer, so that your summer is a very enjoyable experience. And then lastly, ahead of time, practice, practice, practice. If you need any help, you can email me at this location. We have a team of graders that are helping with grading. If you have any problems, you can also come to our Quickie Tech Computer Lab if you live in the Los Angeles area. Or you can set up a phone call with me or a Skype session with me if you have any difficulty whatsoever. Thank you very much.